So I want to do another story time because I realized that my life is like super lit. And I've been through a lot within these 22 years that I've been on this earth. And this story is pretty funny. I was only like 6, 7 or 8 years old. I don't really remember the exact age. But this is the time I got dissed in elementary. So I was going to this art school and we were in this group called Wild Science. Now Wild Science was like this thing where we would go to the aquarium and learn about animals, and it'd be like hands-on kind of thing. It was really, really cool. Our school was like really dope. So every Wednesday we would walk to the aquarium and we would have like a partner, and my partner was this girl named Jamie. We were really tight. We're still cool to this day and everything. And you know how you kind of had to have a partner in elementary because you could get lost. Something could happen to you. So I was dating this boy named Marcus, and we were boyfriend girlfriend. And well, you know how relationships was in elementary. It didn't really count, but to me it did. So we were walking to Wild Science, and they had this girl that he was eyeing. Shorty been eyeing me. He was eyeing her or whatever. So we were walking to the aquarium from our school, because our school was in like the French Quarter of New Orleans. And before we could start going, he stops me on like this like, it was like by the water. It was like, he was like, listen, I gotta tell you something. And I'm like, you know what? Like, what you gotta tell? You know, what you gotta tell? What you gotta tell a girl? So he was like, listen, you're not thick enough for me. Now, my whole life, I've never been fat. So at this time, I probably was really small. If I was a little kid, I was like 6, 7, 8, or 9. I don't remember, like I said. And so if he told me that I wasn't thick enough, I was like, well, who is? You know what I'm saying? Like, who is thick enough then? He was like, I want to talk to so-and-so. She's thick enough. She's thicker than you. I was like, oh, okay. Like, I felt kind of played, you know what I'm saying? I was like, I ain't thick enough for you. Like, first of all, you shouldn't even be saying this in elementary. Who taught you that? Like, who taught you that? And the girl wasn't even thick. She was plump. She was big. She wasn't thick. The word I know what thick means. She wasn't that. But I was like, fine. You know what? You wanna go? I was just like, I told him, I was like, okay, fine. Like, we're in elementary. Like, cool. So years later, I run into Marcus. I said, hey, we're on the phone. And I guess he saw that I glowed up. Your girl glowed up. And I was like, hey, you remember when you told me that I wasn't thick enough for you? I never said that. No, I never said that. I never said that. I said, yes, you did. I remember. Trust me. He was like, I never said, man, I don't remember that. You don't remember because you don't want to remember because I done glowed up. And now you're thinking you're going to have a chance with me. But you're not. You're not going to have a chance with me. You know why? Because I'm not thick enough. And I'll never be thick enough for you. And if you worried about stuff like that, I could imagine what you worry about now, honey. And he swore to God that he never said, I ain't never said that. Yes, you did. You don't remember? You said it. You said it, partner. You did. You did. And the look on his face years later when I didn't want to talk to him. Now that was priceless. Lesson of today is don't diss people and you don't know what they're gonna be when they get old. Now if you old and you already know how they gonna look, this how they gonna look for the rest of their life. Okay, but 20s and younger, you don't know what people gonna look like in the next 10 years. Don't diss. Because you don't know. You don't know.